Like it or hate it, Joker's without a doubt one of the most important films of the year. It's a game changer when it comes to adapting a comic book character. You can change many things about the character, present it in a way that's not just a dumb action movie, have it be rated R, and it still be a massive hit. I mean, they already proved this with Logan, but of course that still had its fair share of action, and was somewhat pleasing to the general public despite being inspired to be more than something like the Wolverine, for example. Joker is different because instead of trying to be a character study while also being a superhero action flick, it instead tries to replicate the style of films like Taxi Driver, or many of Scorsese's filmography for that matter. What holds Joker back is that it feels as if Todd Phillips' goal was to simply translate a comic book character into the types of films that cinephiles eat up. It's not thoughtful, it's not a passionate project, it's simply a plastic movie aimed at the Oscars. Joker's like that kid in high school that doesn't want to be grouped up with the kids that get bullied, so he joins the bullies. But in reality, he's dealing with an identity crisis because he doesn't even know what kind of person he is anymore. He laughs at the kids enjoying Black Panther, but he enjoyed Black Panther and was also rooting for it to win Best Picture last year. To give it credit, the film did pull things off fairly well. They got Joaquin Phoenix, who is the highlight of the film. It's a great performance and you can tell that he took the role seriously, which is why he carries the film overall. The cinematography on the other hand comes off as ironic to me, mostly because it's shot on digital and it's trying to replicate being shot on film. If that doesn't ring the bell for you, then I don't know what will. It does look fairly decent despite being shot on digital, and it manipulates how the camera moves to the point where it's somewhat interesting, but again, it feels shallow and very soulless. And that's something that I feel like Phillips is to blame for. Everyone scratched their heads when they saw that he was the one directing. What? That guy who gave a dentist some boobs as the final punchline to a trilogy? That guy? And after watching Joker, it's apparent to me as to why they got him. Phillips isn't expressing anything here, and if you take his comments that he's thrown around lately into account, it doesn't even seem like he's self-aware enough to realize what he's made. This is still a studio film, that's why the Batman plot point is shoehorned in, and that's why this also doesn't feel like it has a voice. They just got another yes man, another Peyton Reed basically, who can replicate a film then follow what the studio wants. And to see why Joker feels so shallow, you have to wonder, what is it trying to say exactly? Absolutely nothing. Now before you get mad over that, yes, it's obvious that there's things to say about society, as if that wasn't spelled out for us. But it's nothing challenging or new. The way it's explored comes off as lazy. During the entire film, we see Joker being fucked by society throughout, and then towards the end he has a little monologue where he explains the film to the entire audience, and that's it. So what's your point, Phillips? Fuck society, kill the rich? Or are you trying to get people to be aware that they're privileged and that those suffering with mental illnesses are in the bottom of the barrel? We are aware of this. People in New York are physically stepping on them to get to work. While the production in Joker is fairly decent, it's also important to note that the film treats its audience like idiots by hand-holding you through everything. The stupid explanation of Joker's girlfriend never actually being there was so on the nose that it made me sigh out loud. You don't need to show us that she wasn't there before, it's obvious enough just from how she's acting once reality was shown. Even the usage of the word fuck feels immature and shallow. I used to think that my life was a tragedy, but now I realize it's a fucking comedy? Really? Did you add the F word because that's the one line everyone remembered from the trailer? Much like its digital cinematography pretending to be something that it's not, Joker aims high, but with a director who could only replicate what other films have done, it fails to be a meaningful experience. A plastic product that tries to be a serious indie film but falls flat on its masked face.